in this video, we'll be talking about a very interesting topic. We'll be looking at personality and temperament and how they affect our relationships. So if you're interested, keep watching. Welcome guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Prophet Eneh, and if you're just joining me for the first time, I'm a life and relationship coach. I help you build intentional relationship that leads to a godly and successful marriage. And before we go into this video, I would like you to hit the subscribe button and subscribe to my channel so that you'll be able to get notifications whenever I upload a video. So let's dive in. So most times we get into relationships and people discover that they seem not to be compatible. Sometimes it's a subject of temperament, but due to the lack of knowledge in this area, people don't know that this temperament has a lot to do with their relationship as much as every other thing they need to know about relationships. So we tend to see persons who get into a relationship not even knowing their temperament, talk more of knowing about their partner's temperament. So we'll be looking at these temperaments, what they are and how they influence our relationship. So basically there are 4 basic temperaments, and we know that they are the sanguine, the phlegmatic, the choleric, and the melancholy. We're also going to be looking at the personality of maybe someone being an introvert and also being an extrovert. So let's start with the introvert extrovert. Who's an introvert? An introvert is somebody that actually likes being with being on their own. They don't really necessarily like associating with so many other persons out there. They prefer their space, they like their space so much, and they are not always the outgoing kind of persons. So they are always, most times you find shy people within this kind of having this kind of personality. So they are always indoor, they just want to do their thing and they don't want to associate a lot with other persons. While extroverts are the outgoing kind of people, they are the loud kind of people, they are the life of the party. They want to go out there and have fun, they easily make friends and all those kind of things. So the 4 temperaments we are going to discuss in today's video, 2 are extroverts while 2 are introverts. So let's say sanguines are extroverts and choleric are extroverts too, while melancholy and phlegmatic they are introverts. So this is to tell you that for you to actually get your relationship right, to ensure that you build a successful relationship, you need to first of all figure out your temperament. You need to find out your temperament, then you need to find out your partner's temperament, or even before you get into that relationship, you need to know the temperament of the person you want to get into a relationship with. So let's take a look at some of these temperaments. Number 1 is sanguine. Who are the sanguines? They are the life of the party. They are easygoing, they are funny, they are the ones, most comedians are sanguine. They are always out there trying to motivate people to do things. Some of their weaknesses is that they can be so loud and they can be very, very annoying. They can forget things, they can be undisciplined at times, and so many things. So you can go ahead to do more research on these temperaments to understand them. So, and also the second one is the choleric. Choleric, they are they are motivated, they are visionaries, they are optimistic, they like getting good, they are goal oriented, so they are always pushing. So they are like when it comes to their weakness, like the domineering type, they are way bossy and they are outgoing too, but they are bossy, they can be rude at times. Then the phlegmatic, they are the peacemakers. They are so quiet, they are patient, they are good listeners, and most of their weaknesses is that they can be lazy at times. They can actually forget things too, and sometimes they just feel like being on their own. While for the melancholy, which is the 4th temperament, those set of persons, their strength is that they are perfectionists. They like things being the way they want it to be. Most time they like doing their things their own way because they feel like others cannot get it the way they want it. Sometimes they are good listeners too, but one of their major flaws is that they don't really they are not always open. They always think a lot, and there are some other things too that some other characters, things they exhibit that we might not be able to cover in this video. So you might need to take out your time to actually study this thing. Okay, one thing that I want you to understand is that as human beings, we have all these temperaments. Let me just put it that way. Like the way I am now, I know I have the 4 temperaments, but they are primary ones and their secondary ones. So we kind of, most times we have a blend of two. That means I can be a sanguine, that's being a sanguine and a choleric at the same time. I can be a phlegmatic, I can be a melancholy sang or something like that. So they are blends. So it's possible that you have a primary, there is a primary one that is more dominating, then there is a secondary one, then you now have the pieces of the other ones. So the one that is primary is your actual temperament. So if you notice that you have any of the things I listed in a particular category of persons, then you know that that's your temperament. So the need to know about this temperament is because it affects your relationship in a way. So let's take for instance, you are a guy and you're a choleric, you are bossy, you are domineering, you're a visionary, you are goal-oriented, and you end up getting married to or maybe you're in a relationship with another lady who is also a choleric, and she's more like you. She's bossy, she likes doing her thing, she's goal-oriented, but on a natural, you are looking for a wife who is who is not so bossy, who is not so outgoing. Maybe you are looking for somebody who is not the life of the party, and you end up with a choleric like you. You might have friction in that marriage because she wants to lead, she wants to be out there hitting goals, she wants to be out there hitting targets, and you're probably looking for a housewife or something like that. You will not get a housewife in a choleric lady. You will not, because they are more goal-oriented. They want to also be out there doing things. So sometimes when you say this girl or women are bossy, you don't like bossy women or those things, what you're trying to say is that you don't like choleric women. So stop generalizing things, because when you make generalization, you tend to put everybody inside a box, which is not true, because human beings, we are different. So because you have had an experience with bossy ladies and all those kind of things, you will not say all ladies are bossy. You can't say that, because you probably came across a choleric woman. So for some persons, let's say for instance, a phlegmatic guy might prefer a choleric woman because he's not that goal-oriented, he's not so pushy, he's not so domineering. So he wants a wife that can actually complement him in those areas. So most times we discover that opposite temperaments are always coming together to form husband and wife. So most times when you're doing a relationship, try and find out your temperament, find out your partner's temperament. See, one thing that finding out your partner's temperament can also do for you is, for instance, if you know that you are a phlegmatic and you are dating a sanguine person. A phlegmatic is an introvert, they like being on their own, while a sanguine is the outgoing type. They will always want to party, they always like making friends and the rest. So if you are in a situation where you're phlegmatic and your partner is a sanguine, you need to understand who a sanguine is, understand them for who they are, understand this is how they function. So you know ahead of time that this is what you expect in this relationship, this is what you expect in this marriage. But when you don't have an idea, you tend to now date that sanguine, that lady that you might think that she's loud, that she's always laughing so out so loud, that lady that you feel like she should try and comport herself a little. No, she can't actually comport herself because that's her personality. She likes being that loud. It's part of her weakness as a person. So on knowing this, on getting this information, this right information, you will now know how to treat this lady, understanding the person she is. If you now discover that I can't actually take this lady is too loud for my liking, what you have to do is to end the relationship and find maybe a melancholy who is quiet, who is the perfectionist, who just likes being on their own, and you do your relationship that way. I guess you understand what I'm trying to say. So it's very, very important that we understand the personality type that we are, understand the personality type our partner is. It will go a long way to help us in resolving conflicts in relationship. If you know that you can't deal with this particular personality, then don't get involved with that personality. If you know that you don't like hanging out and you're not ready to hang out with your partner, you just want to be indoor, and you're not even ready to adjust to that life, that kind of life, then there's no point trying to date a sanguine. There's no point trying to date a choleric. Stick to the phlegmatic or the melancholy. If you know you don't want a bossy wife, you don't want a wife who is goal-oriented, just stick with a melancholy wife or a phlegmatic wife. Don't start looking for a choleric or maybe a sanguine who will be competing with you, because if you don't want competition in your relationship, or if you think that you don't want somebody to be challenging your authority, then find somebody who will respectively sit down at home or do their thing in a minor way. not necessarily so loud. So that is it about temperament. Like I said, we just want to see how it affects our relationship. I believe if you give yourself time to study about this temperament, you will discover how they really affect you. Just check your relationship right now. Who are you dating? Are you dating a phlegmatic? Are you dating a sanguine? Check if the characteristic they are exhibiting is as a result of their personality. The truth is that we cannot really change our personality so much, because that's the way we are created. There are some character we can make adjustments to, but we can't really change our personality. If you change your personality, then you become who you're not supposed to be. So we get that. So one book I will recommend to us to read is Why You Act the Way You Do. It's a book on temperament. If you really want to learn so much about this temperament subject, you can go get that book, read it very well. You will learn a lot about each temperament. You will learn about how you are a sanguine and why you behave the way you behave, and also you learn about why your partner behave the way they behave. By so doing, you know how to relate to your partner very well and enjoy a successful relationship. It's all about enjoying a successful relationship. So if you know that you love that lady so much, just that there are some things that they are doing that you feel like it's causing problem, try and figure out their temperament. Maybe that's the way they are. Then by so doing, you will learn how to adjust to them. I believe you have learned so much from this video and that you will start putting it into practice. Thank you very much for watching, for taking out your time to watch this video. Please do subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so I'll be notified the next time I upload a video, and also leave this video a thumbs up if you really enjoyed it. And don't forget to visit my Facebook page, Life and Relationship Coaching with Profit, where I teach on relationship and life in general. So see you in the next video. Bye.